Hello. This tutorial will show you how to create and manage a resource request using the South Central Task Force's WebEOC. To start off, I'm going to sign in as the person who is making the request. The position I've selected for this example is the Dauphin Municipality Swatara Township EOC Manager. To start the resource request, go to your control panel and select Board 80 Mission Resource Request. This will show you a list of any requests that have been assigned to you initially, which is defaulted up here with the My Assignments. If you click the My Requests button, that will show any requests that you have sent out that need someone else to work on. Or the View All shows you obviously everything, whether it's your assignment or your request. You can do a status filter here, which shows everything, or as you're going through an incident and all these different requests start coming in and pile up on you, you can filter it down to say, I just want to see new requests, anything that's assigned. The important one here that we use in our county EOC is the open requests. We have that up on one of our display boards that just shows anything that has not been closed out yet. So you can look up and get a quick snapshot of what's hanging out there for the county to work on. So to create the resource request, obviously you're going to click the new record. And this form here auto-populates the date and time of the request. This is the internal tracking number within WebEOC. In Dauphin County, we used to have a log that we would put in all of our requests on, and then with that log had a number associated with it. That was the number that we assigned to the mission or the resource. Now we're just using the tracking number provided in WebEOC. So this line here, picture this almost as an email. So this is our task resource request subject heading for the most part. What is it you're looking for? What I ask our municipalities in Dauphin County to do is to start off putting your municipal name. You could abbreviate or spell it out, doesn't really matter, because it's going to make it easier for us at the county to see who's making the request. So for Swatara Township, I'll just use our initial WT. Again, you can call out Swatara Township, whatever. And then put in the request type. So again, picture the subject of an email. It doesn't have to be specific here, just enough that we can take a look at this and quickly determine what it is that you're looking for. So I'm going to put in looking for transportation for evacuees. Under the detailed description, this is where you want to put in as much information as possible. So I'm just going to type in some information here. Let's say we're looking for a 90 passenger bus to assist with evacuations. Okay. Again, the description field here, it could be very lengthy, could be something relatively short here. For a matter of time, I just put in, hey, we're looking for a bus. We want the bus to meet up at the township building so we know the staging location of when we find a bus where it's going to go. And you see here in the red, in order to expedite this request, it's critical to provide as much information. So an example of that, if you just say, hey, I'm looking for a bus. Okay, you're looking for a larger bus, you're looking for a smaller bus, you're looking for a handicapped accessible bus. Examples like that, that's some stuff that you want to put in this resource request. Because at the county level or the state level, whoever's going to go out and find this resource, obviously, if you know exactly what you're looking for, we'll find it a lot quicker. Next down here is this check this box for requesting a resource. I'm going to show you what it does. I tell you right now, we're not using this at the county level. We really don't have any of our resources and stuff loading in. And eventually this is going to change. The whole board's going to change with the newer versions of WebEOC and some of the different capabilities that are out there. But for the meantime, we just leave that box unchecked. And we'll come down here and we'll select a priority. When you need this, we need it right away. Routine. I'm going to go ahead and just pick routine on this. That automatically fills in the date and time that this is due. And it's just going to show you on a list view, what's coming up, what's past due, Just again, just give you an idea of where you're at with that resource request. Point of contact. This is who the person is that's making the request. So if as the EOC manager, I want to be the point of contact, I would put in my name. If there's another person, maybe I have a transportation officer out there that would be the point of contact, I could put that person's name in here. I'm just going to go ahead and say I'm the EOC manager, so I'll throw in my name and I'll put in my phone number. This way, if there's any questions on the resource request, you can just pick up the phone, call back, and say, "Hey, we need some more specifics on the details." And then here's where we assign it to. Now, this list is pretty lengthy because it's going to show you every list that's within the 8-county region. Obviously, we're looking for Dauphin County, so if you just bring up the list and type in DAUP, it'll bring you right down to the Dauphin list. Uh, what I do for our municipalities is all resource requests will be assigned to the Dauphin County EOC manager, regardless of what you're looking for. That way, they're not scrolling up and down this list. What specific position do I want this to go to? So I'll just go ahead and put in under our command group EOC manager. A warning box just popped up here. Says a position is not currently being filled in WebEOC. That's fine. You can accept. If you hit OK and then save the form, it'll send it to the EOC manager, and then it'll be there when that EOC manager signs in. If there's another instance where it's like, well, I need to get this done right now, it has to go to someone else. You hit OK, then I can go back and pick another position with a drop down list that I want to send it to. But what I do want to show you here is if a position is logged in, there's going to be an asterisk. I don't want to, here, for instance, Dauphin Duty Officer, there's an asterisk there. That's because the 911 Center Supervisor is signed into WebEOC, and that's going to show that that position is signed in. So right here, you can see that there's an asterisk there in front of the Dauphin Duty Officer. I'm going to go ahead and put this back into the EOC manager. And hit save. So now it's showing me here's this because I'm looking at that view all button still. So if I click my assignments, there's nothing there because nothing's been assigned to me. If I click my requests, it's just showing me, hey, I have something that went out. It tells me, what I'm looking for, who it's from, where it's going to. And then if I click details, they'll just bring up and show me a specific, all the details that I entered into that resource request. So now I'm going to change positions and go into the Dauphin EOC manager position. And I'm going to bring up that board 80 resource requests. And again, it shows my assignment. So right now I see that there's a resource request here that was assigned to me. Again, if I look at my requests, I haven't made any requests, so there's nothing there. It's blank. So I see my assignment. It defaults as a new request, so I know, hey, there's something here. So now I want to take a look at it. Again, I can click details, or I'm probably going to work on something here. So I'm going to go ahead and sort of update. And now we're in the management portion of the resource request. So I can see everything that's here. I can make some changes if necessary. For the most part, there's really not a lot of changes up in this top portion that we would have to do. I'm going to come down here and I can either throw in a comment. So let's say I'm going to assign this to logistics. My logistics section chief. I save it. I'm going to come over here and say I'm now going to assign this to my logistics section chief. And then I'm going to change the status from new request to assigned, because I have forwarded it within my EOC to somebody else. Now, I want to point out that I did that sort of out of order. If you notice, I did the add comment first. Then I came up and I made the changes in this section, because what will happen if I make the changes here and I go down and add comment, it's going to go back to that web page, but those changes aren't going to be saved. So I add the comment first, save that comment. I come up here, do assign to my status. And then when I hit save, you will see it's no longer on mine. It's not on my assignments because I've now forwarded to somebody else. It's not on my requests because it wasn't my request to send out. So if as an EOC manager, I typically will have view all up so I can see where it is. So now it's still coming from Swatter Township EOC and it's going to the Dauphin County Logistics Section Chief. Now, if I sign in as the Swatter Township EOC manager again, and I go to look at my requests, I can see it's assigned and that it's also now going to the logistics section chief. If I want to take a look and see what information has been added to the event, I just click on the details and I see down here that the EOC manager has assigned this to the logistics section chief. Now I'll sign in as the Dauphin County Logistics Section Chief. And when I sign in here, you'll see that when I bring up that resource request board, that it's now here under my assignments. So now maybe I have a person working transportation. And how we do this in Dauphin County, each county is a little bit different how you assign it out to you. We follow that sort of hybrid ICS ESF type structure. So not every position in our EOC will have a computer. So if the person does not, then the logistics section chief will take this printout, the resource request, hand it over to the person. They can handwrite whatever notes they're doing. And then either logistics section chief or someone that he or she identifies is going to go and make all the updates into WebEOC. So again, if I were going to give this to a transportation, my ESF one person, then I would just go to update. And then again, just like I sent it from the EOC manager to the logistics section chief, and I would give it the transportation. For sake of time, we're just going to go ahead and manage this detail here or manage this request. So I'll go into update. I know what they want. I know where it's going. So again, here's why I'll show you what happens if you don't make your comment first. So I'm going to change the status to in progress. Now I add my comment. Rear bus. However you spell it. Company. So I'll save that. Now notice up here where I had changed that to in progress, it went back to assigned. So again, you want to add your comments, then come back and make your status changes. So I'm going to put in progress. When I save that record, and this is exactly what you would see if I was the Swatter Township EOC manager, that is in progress. I want to go and take a look at any details, and I can see that, hey, they're reaching out to ABC Bus Company, waiting for a response. So I know that there's something happening with that request. And as the request life cycle continues, we can make any updates to it. Just remember, make your comments first, then add any changes. So we'll say the bus on the way. So the status here, I mean, we could say it's complete because we have a bus on the way. You can still call it in progress until the bus gets there. I mean, it really doesn't matter. I'm just going to go ahead to make another status change and say it's complete because at the county level, hey, we have a bus that's on the way. When I save it, again, this is exactly what the municipal EMC is going to see as well. So they'll say complete. So when they click on the details, they'll be able to look down and say ABC Bus Company has someone ETA 1 hour. Uh, Ultimately, through the life cycle of the resource requests, as long as you're making updates as the stuff comes through, then the EMC can go in here and make up updates. They can say, hey, the bus got here. They could go in there and make their same update and say, hey, uh, bus arrived, or whatever comments you want to put in here. And then they can change that status to closed, where it's not, it's done. The research request has been handled. So if I mark that as closed and do my save, it shows up as closed. Now here's where, again, if you have at the county EOC, we'll have one board showing all the open resource requests. So if I click that to filter for open, it's not going to show because there are no open. It's been taken care of. So that is a real quick version of creating a resource request. So each county might have a little variation as to how they assign it or who they assign it to or how they title it. Again, for Dauphin County, I ask that our guys, when they put in a resource request, that they put in that the municipality and what they're looking for. So if I have a whole list of resource requests here, I can quickly look down and say, oh, here's Swinney Township for a bus. Here's Pembroke for a snowplow. Here's whatever the situation could be. Here's Middletown looking for sandbags. It just kind of makes it a little bit more organized when you're looking at globally at all the resource requests that are out there. Okay, well, that's what I have for resource requests. Thank you for watching.